1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, yummy.
Are you ready?
It's now time to start our banana cream filling. So I've just got a number of ingredients out here. I've prepared my milk. I have about 250 grams of milk in here. Inside of here, I'm gonna add in an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I'm also gonna add in a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Stir that around, and then I'm gonna just turn that on to start warming it up. While the milk is heating up, we don't want it to boil, just bring it to a simmer. I've set inside of another bowl, I've got 58 grams of sugar and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm gonna crack 1 egg inside of here. And then what I wanna do is I just want to whisk these ingredients all together. And then what I'm gonna do is my milk's come to a simmer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shut the milk off because I don't want it to burn. And then I'm gonna take 1 ripe banana, and I'm gonna take my banana and mash it into the bowl. So a ripe banana, you'll see it start getting brown spots on it. I'm just gonna soften it up a little bit, but even before I peel it outside of the skin, just to help me. And then I can go ahead, peel it off the skin, dump my banana into a bowl. And then I want you just to go ahead and use a fork, and I want you to mash it up really well. Stirring and mashing like so, until you feel no hard chunks. You really want to make sure your banana is really ripe before you use it. Otherwise it won't mash up as nicely and become liquidy like this. And usually a riper banana will have a lot more flavor to it as well. So that's really important. It's not too green. So this is looking really good. So you can see it's nice and runny. I'm gonna go ahead and add this now in with my cornstarch, egg, and sugar mixture. So that's 1 banana. And then I'm gonna just, again, whisk that all together. And then what I want to do is I want to temper the egg inside of here because I don't want it to get too hot too quickly before I bring it over to the stove. So I'm just going to add in about 1/3 or maximum half of the milk into this bowl. Slowly pouring it in. And then once I've got it all whisked up nicely, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pour it all back into the pot like so. And then if you've got a spatula, just use a spatula, clean out this bowl. Give it a good whisk. And then we're gonna bring it back to the heat until it thickens, okay? So just put it on medium heat and continue to whisk as it's heating up. And you're gonna whisk it until it becomes like a pastry cream. So it's gonna thicken up. It will not be runny like this anymore. And you will know when it starts to change right away. So that cornstarch was really important in there, as it's what's going to thicken up the pastry cream. Make sure you don't whisk just on one side, but you get the whole pot as you're whisking. Otherwise, one side might have a tendency of wanting to burn. Okay, it's starting to change here. You'll start to see the foam underneath of it is really thickening up. I'm just gonna take it off the heat and keep whisking it until I get a nice even consistency. Okay, and now I have a nice thick pastry cream, as you can see here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and place it into a bowl to cool down. A spatula and try to get out all of the pastry cream that we have made, banana pastry cream, and place it into a large bowl. And then we're just gonna whip it up just for a minute or two longer, just to try and cool it down a little bit. It smells really good. Smell the banana. So we're just whisking it to allow some of the heat to escape before I add my butter in here. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add in my butter. I've got 23 grams of butter here. And then I just want to whisk that in. Okay, the butter's all melted. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna either stop here and put some cling film on it and press it up against the surface, or put it into a piping bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some cling film on it for now, and then I will put it in a piping bag a little bit later on. So just cleaning up the sides here. Place it on the top. When you place it on top, you have to make sure that it actually touches the surface. Otherwise, a rubbery, hard skin will form on the surface of your pastry cream, and it won't be very nice to eat. So I always do that first. And then this is gonna go in the fridge and cool until our donuts are ready to be filled with the banana cream filling.